Establishing a holding company and a trust company under a C corporation structure is a strategic move that can enhance asset protection, streamline operations, and support long-term financial planning. Here's a detailed narrative explaining how this process unfolds, the steps involved, and the benefits of each entity. Forming a holding company, structure and strategy. A holding company is a separate legal entity created to own and manage the stock or assets of other companies. For a C corporation, establishing a holding company begins with incorporating a new entity, typically as another C Corp or LLC, whose primary purpose is to hold equity in subsidiaries or control tangible assets like real estate, equipment, or intellectual property. Steps to establish a holding company. Legal formation. File articles of incorporation in the chosen state, select a business name, and appoint directors. Capitalization. Transfer shares or assets from the operating company to the holding company. This may involve restructuring ownership or executing asset purchase agreements. Subsidiary designation. The original C Corp becomes a subsidiary, operating under the umbrella of the holding company. Tax and compliance. Setup. Register for EIN. Set up banking, and ensure compliance with IRS and state regulations. Benefits of a holding company. Asset protection. Isolates valuable assets from operational liabilities and lawsuits. Operational flexibility. Enables centralized management while allowing subsidiaries to operate independently. Tax efficiency. May allow for strategic tax planning across entities. Investment leverage. Facilitates acquisitions, joint ventures, and capital raising through a consolidated structure. Creating a trust company, safeguarding liquid and tangible assets. A trust company is a fiduciary entity that manages assets on behalf of beneficiaries. For a C corporation, forming a trust company can provide an additional layer of protection and control over liquid assets, cash, securities, and tangible assets, real estate, equipment. Steps to establish a trust company. Legal and regulatory approval. Apply for a trust charter through the state banking or financial regulatory authority. This includes background checks, financial disclosures, and a business plan. Capital requirements. Meet minimum capital thresholds, which vary by state, to ensure solvency and fiduciary capacity. Governance structure. Appoint a board of trustees and establish internal controls for asset management and compliance. Asset transfer. The C Corp transfers designated assets into the trust, governed by trust agreements outlining terms, beneficiaries, and management protocols. Benefits of a trust company. Enhanced asset protection. Shields assets from creditors and litigation through fiduciary separation. Estate and succession planning. Facilitates long-term wealth transfer and continuity. Liquidity management. Provides professional oversight of cash reserves and investments. Legal safeguards. Operates under a fiduciary duty, ensuring assets are managed in the best interest of the corporation and its stakeholders. This video is the intellectual property of Jacqueline Enterprise Inc. For more details to help you scale your corporate growth, go to Amazon.com today and order several copies of Easy Corporate Comprehensive Curriculum for New Businesses.